Welcome to Moving Day here at the 2025 Tim Selinske U.S. Masters Championships presented by Innova, this PDGA Major Round 3 of 4. We are back at Moon Mountain, a course that we saw these competitors kind of have two halves with, the front nine versus the back nine. We're excited to see how they tackle it a second time around. Big shout out to Infinite Disc for sponsoring this coverage. Back in the booth once again, it is Felix, joined by
Conrad,
I'm excited to see how these guys do on this course. They've had a look at it, they've played it, they know what the holes look like. Let's see what kind of adjustments they can make on this car.
I think actually being here every day that you're here, you get a little bit more acclimated to that altitude and just helps you perform a little bit better. Let's see if that's actually the case. First on the card, we have the man that proved himself, Daniel Polk. I need to hear some stories about this guy. I know that this isn't just a once in a time pop off. He's been doing this for a while. And we love Paul Oman, Tall Paul. Heard something about a showman Paul, but we're not going to go there. We love the guy.
Yeah, always a treat to have him on coverage. Speaking of a treat to have on coverage, Dr. Smoothback Cale Leiviska has been on coverage all 3 rounds. No surprise to see him back on the lead card here on Moving Day. And after a fiery second round back on lead card, Nate Sexton shooting 10.55 in round 2 to find himself back on the lead, ready to take on the challenge. It starts here with hole 1. It's par 3, 325 feet. Full power shot pretty much off the rip. The grade on this is pretty steep going all the way up. You see these trees lining both the left and right hand side of the fairway. There are some bailout zones, but this is one that's kind of a statement birdie. If you can get this one going early on the round, it kind of sends a message to your competitors that, hey, I'm here to play.
First on the tee for your lead MP40 card from Minnetonka, Minnesota, Daniel Polk.
I'm serious. I want to hear some stories. I want to hear in the comments about the time that Daniel beat me or something. I mean, he's
been doing this for a while, especially around the Minnesota area. I've heard he just takes down events. He just goes and plays and wins.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it here.
And that's going to be a birdie look there to start things off.
Mm-hmm.
Second on the tee from Evansville, Indiana, Paul Oman.
Tall Paul, Innova sponsored. Looking like a fairway driver here to start. That's a great line.
It is. I said a couple of days here and they don't figure it out, you know.
Third on the tee from St. Paul, Minnesota, Cale Leiviska.
Yeah, with that captain's thrasher that we saw him use it very proficiently throughout round 1 out here. Leaning on it once again for hole 1. Don't do it. Ooh, just missed it.
That's a look. Either just outside the circle or just inside.
Fourth on the tee from Salem, Oregon, Nate Sexton.
Very interested to see how Nate changes the game plan here in his second go around.
Mm-hmm.
Looking like we're already going to see a change. Looks like he's lining up forehand where he went backhand the first time he was out here. Getting the turn.
Oh, that clipped a little late in the flight, but it's still a look at a putt.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you.
Quite reach it, but I can definitely get off the tee.
Oh, yeah, got to remember to be quiet so he could be the third man in the booth.
Long bid here with that ARP Pro dart. Little left there. Daniel looks to be about 38, 40.
A clean look at it. Oh,
Got
yes.
it.
All right, man. This guy.
The hot putting continues. If you saw round 2, he was darting 400-foot hyzers and just making every 40-footer he stepped up to. And Cale quickly responds. Paul looking to match to get to 21 as well.
Oh, chains and cage, but no bottom of the basket for him.
But already a much better start than we saw in hole 1 previously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
2 birdies, 2 pars. Tight battle.
Hey, 2 birdies, 2 pars. I didn't hear any huffing. No one was breathing heavy coming up the hill. All right, here we go. Hole 2 is a par 3 coming in at 344. This is a long one here. You're starting at the top of the hill. You're going over this valley, but then you're going back up the hill to the green. You got trees lined on the left and the right. You want to make sure you stay inside. You don't want to get any ricochets, because that right there will definitely take off any distance. If you can get to the green and have a look at it too on this, that is very impressive. Most people end up bailing out on the left side, still having some type of look, but having to stretch a long putt.
We haven't seen anything close to a look for birdie on this hole yet.
Look at that move to the right. Like, there's so many aspects of this mountain golf that's just... He is
in the circle.
He's past the basket, literally.
So I take back what I just said, as I was just proven wrong. Cale, same disc as on hole 1. Needs to get off of that.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about there. That looked like a great drive. It was moving to the right, but it had that tree locked in.
Yeah.
Paul's going a little bit more direct, and that's going to fade out and end up in that little bailout zone. He's still not too far away. Still circle 2.
Yeah.
Like I said, a long look from there.
Like backhand here. Excuse me, backhand here for Nate.
Yeah, that looks like it's going to end up over there where Paul is.
A late push, yeah.
Yeah. So they should have some open looks, some bids at it.
Cale off over here on the right. Looks like he's got a pretty clean line, though.
Yeah, just putting it close.
Birdie look here for Nate from circle 2.
Putters just don't fly, really.
Another long look here for Paul. Touch low as well.
He's been online, just he hasn't locked in yet. Those first 2 putts.
Conditions pretty ideal today. Subtle wind, about an 8-mile-an-hour wind throughout the day, but clear skies.
Yes.
Temperatures in the mid to high 60s. This has probably been the best weather conditions we've had throughout this tournament.
Yes, for sure. Although I'll say that the practice days were probably just as pleasant as this, but as far as the tournament days go.
Good scoring opportunities gonna present themselves today, hopefully. Couple of pars there to tap out before we move on to hole 3.
Ben's a pro who spent $25 on his premium driver and threw it 413 feet, which means he spent about 6 cents per foot for his shot. Matt's a total noob, but he only spent $5 for his premium driver on discountdiscgolf.com. He throws his 213 feet, which means Matt only spent 3 cents per foot for his shot, making him the clear winner in this distance battle. Cheap discs are better. It's science.
All right, welcome back. Hole 3, par 3, 306 feet. This is actually one of my favorite holes on this property. It's pretty simplistic, but it gives you a good challenge. A little bit of a slope right to left. You want to throw your mid-range or fairway driver up this right-hand side that you see the drones flying. Start to break in either behind or in front of this tree that you just flew by here to get yourself a drift and fade into this green here. A little bit fast, but we haven't really seen too many rollaways or runaway skips on this green, at least in the first round.
All right, here's what I'm starting to analyze the swings here.
Okay.
Daniel, he has power, like it's unassuming power too.
You notice it especially on holes where some of the other guys are throwing driver and he's throwing a mid-range
Or putter
and getting to the same spots.
Yeah. And also, if we watched the coverage from yesterday, just the sky hyzers that he's throwing and the distance that he's covering with that line is just
It's impressive.
It is.
Ooh.
All right, we all know the Cale is extra smooth, and what I'm picking up from Paul is the slow run up and then just the pop.
Yeah. Not too dissimilar from what Nate does here. Nate was really deliberate about getting that plant foot down and then driving that arm through.
He takes the inside line.
Might get lucky.
A little bit low on that rock shot there, but
Hey man, he was saying he was getting lucky.
yeah. He's going to have himself a look, Daniel, with his PA3. Oh, dropping it in from long range. Getting our first Flight Factory run back here of round 3. Corner pocket. This man is on a mission.
So we were just talking about his power, but I guess you also got to bring up his putting.
Yeah. Cale, a touch too low there. That's kind of been his miss throughout the week.
I mean, well, dealing with the altitude, that's like the common miss for everyone.
Good hit there for Sexton.
Sexton figured it out.
Yeah. Just outside of circle there for his birdie. Bringing him to 18 down. Not out of it yet.
There you go, Paul.
Birdie for Oman there to get him to 21. His first birdie of the day. Cale getting shut out of the birdie party.
All right, here we go. Hole 4, par 3, 262 feet. Not that long, but a little difficult and technical here. You're going downhill with this one, but you have 2 fairways to go down, or 2 lines to choose. You got a forehand line or slight turnover line, the way the drone is flying now. There's also a line on the right. We've seen people, we've seen people go like split the difference, split the trees and end up by the basket. So it's dealer's choice here, how you want to get there.
There has seemed to have been quite a bit of luck factor on this hole.
Oh,
Early tree.
he did not split the difference there.
Paul going putter here. Soften over.
That's the line I'm talking about.
Ooh,
Oh, wow,
what a
do everything.
shot. Leaving himself inside of 20 there with birdie look. Getting some love from his buddy. Sexton again going to try this sidearm line.
Okay, he calls it a shank. Says he got lucky, but it looks good to me.
Yeah, he missed one late tree that kind of clipped him up last time.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
All right, here's another thing I've been noticing, right? Cale he knows his disc even in these altitudes, and that's quite impressive because he's with a new sponsor now. But like he still has his selection of disc that he knows how they fly up here. I don't think he came up here a week early to practice or anything, but just his understanding of disc flight, that's impressive, just like that putt was. Good birdie.
Yeah, another birdie there for tall Paul. Starting to get it rolling a bit here. It is interesting to see like the change in strategy, because I heard Paul talking about the fact that he didn't really put in like flippy discs specifically for this altitude. So he's just trying to make what he has work that he's comfortable with, that he knows.
Right.
And then just kind of making the adjustments to the altitude based on the plastic that he's throwing versus switching out discs and then kind of having to relearn.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting strategy of which one are you going to take? Are you going to change out your plastic, or are you going to try to make your current plastic work and make it fit to the game that you need it to work? A lot of things to consider here, and this is a major, so all those choices are going to end up either working or hurting and costing you at the end. Hole 5, par 3, uphill once again, 269 feet, narrow fairway corridor lined by trees dotting left and right side of the fairway here. Kicks can pretty much immediately take birdie out of play. You need to be clean up here. Really anything inside of 30-35 feet gives you a runnable putt as you're putting uphill, but you got to make sure you make it, because if you hit metal, you can easily roll all the way back down this hill.
I'm just going to go ahead and say, as a cameraman, I hate this hole. I don't want to be in the catch position. On my way up there, I'm constantly thinking, do we need a catch position for this hole? Can I just not wait? Paul finds a little trouble there off the tee on the left, so he'll be struggling getting up there. And this is...
That's early right.
Good tree, though.
Yeah.
He said it didn't flip at all.
Did not. I agree. See what Cale's got lined up here. Subtle flip up.
So good. Just so well controlled.
Yeah.
Just
very nicely done. Daniel, similar line.
Yeah. It's going straight at those. It's not fading out.
Drift in.
Oh, my, wow.
Oh, my goodness. Lands right by one of those juniper saplings.
Oh,
one of our...
juniper.
Yeah, one of our comments, we were talking about tumbleweeds, and I was asking a question about hole 9 on the other course, if what we were seeing becomes tumbleweeds, but I was told no, those are juniper saplings that we're seeing on these courses. Then we had a whole discussion about tumbleweeds and what areas of New Mexico they grow in and or appear in, and elevation versus desert land. It's been fun in the comments, so thank you all you guys that listen to our ranting and raving and then actually answer our really stupid questions.
I wonder if, wow, great
let's go,
putt.
Sexton. For the birdie. Hey, he thanked us.
Yeah, thanks.
Down on the tee. Maybe it got a good little rock or something.
Those 40-year-old eyes.
I know, dude. Not seeing them like I used to.
Cale fires it right in for his birdie.
Expecting another birdie to come here shortly. If he can get over this
Juniper sapling.
So I wonder, like I have junipers at my house, but they don't look like that. Or did they look like that when they were saplings? And no, I have running juniper, I think. Like it runs down one of my hills in the back. Who knows? There's probably different varieties.
Yeah, Georgia
They'll
versus...
tell us in the comments. They'll tell us. They always correct us.
We're Dirty Birdie, and we make disc golf accessories that are just freaking nice.
Because we're people just like you, and we like when things just make sense.
Like our towel, which doesn't drag on the ground. That's why we put the grommet in the middle. You're supposed to put the ground on your towel, not the towel on the ground.
Or our metal mini. It's like every other mini, but metal. Like a metal credit card. Nice.
And our main product, the Holy Grail, bird sauce. Imagine if chalk was easy to apply, lasted way longer, was smaller, easier to store, didn't get everywhere. Oh, and it works way better than normal chalk.
Yep, that's us. Just clip, squeeze, rub, and throw with impeccable grip for the next 9 holes while your hands stay perfectly grippy.
So get saucy with Dirty Birdie. We can say that, right?
I don't think that they would misconstrue what we're trying to say there.
All right, we climbed up to hole 6. Now we get to work our way down. It's a par 3, 364 feet. Of course, it's going to play a lot less than that. When I look at this hole, it reminds me of the bigger brother to hole 4. You have 2, well, really you have more than 2, but you have 2 main options as far as getting down here to the green. You want to avoid all the trees along the way, and there's that one tree. Ooh, who put that one tree that close behind the basket? I don't know who did it, but they shouldn't have.
I think this course was co-designed or designed by Eric McCabe.
Oh, yeah, we can blame him.
Ooh, Sexton getting another kick on the Firebird, but keeps him kind of around the fairway.
Well, in what's I don't know where the fairway stops or ends, but
Yeah.
normally with these kicks, you'll have some type of way to recover for your par. You have to have 2 really bad shots to really end up taking a bogey here.
Drifting nicely. Oh, center tree.
Yeah.
Again, puts him down about in the center of the quote-unquote fairway.
Oh, and I want to talk about Daniel on the last hole. I think he threw a putter up there.
That was a putter, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. That's why I held that line so well.
Yeah, it's that 265 uphill, playing probably closer to about 290.
He's playing further than that. I mean,
300.
That's closer.
305.
Perfect. That's the number.
Yeah. Little skipping forehand.
Yep.
Nicely done.
I wonder if Nate kind of hates throwing this disc at this course with all the rocks. The Firebird in particular. I mean, you know, there's only a certain number of 2015s that he has. Ooh.
I'm pretty sure he has a decent stockpile since they are his favorite run.
But you don't want to bang them up. So, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just interesting thought for me. Anyway.
Well, you have what, 90 something pures?
No, it's over 100.
Over 100 pures.
Yeah.
So if you came out here, are you not going to throw a pure because you're afraid you're going to have to dig into your embankment of 90 something pures?
But that's different though.
Of course it is.
All right, so he needs this to save the par.
Save par, yeah.
Oh.
And there's that, he's behind that tree that you were talking about.
But he hit the other tree.
Mm-hmm. But now he's got this.
Oh, goodness. Oh, wow.
And this is quickly turned into a double now at best.
Yeah.
For the tournament leader.
Yeah, oh, I bet you he's so mad at Eric right now.
Sexton gets the par to remain at 20. And Oman looking to close out.
It's going to save
the
his par. Okay.
To remain at 22. Cale for his par. And Daniel all of a sudden is going to come back to the field and is no longer the tournament leader.
Wow.
And we move on to hole 7. This is, I don't want to say a strange hole, but a peculiar hole. It's par 4, 494 feet. It is reachable. You're throwing over this cavernous canyon and then back uphill, and this grade where these trees are, it's about 45 degrees to climb all the way up here. So shots that land down in that valley, you're pretty much throwing a blind up shot up to this pin if you don't get up to the top, and getting up to the top takes a lot of power and accuracy.
Mm-hmm. There was one player on the card in front of us who did get to just barely the top. He still had quite an uphill putt, but he managed to ring up a 2 on that. I'm not sure exactly who that was, but I did see it. And that's moving over to the right. I'm not sure if it has enough to come back in time. It does not.
A little higher would have been nice.
He might be close to pin high though. That's going up the climbing part of this actual hole.
Yeah,
the uphill grade.
I don't think we've seen anyone over there yet. Most of the shots are ending up either in the middle or over in that little patch of trees right there to the left.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think how I would play this hole. I don't think I'd be trying to get to the green. Well, I probably would at least once, but I think trying to play down to the flat with a clean look up is probably a better play.
That almost got to where you want to be. Hits that tree, and I think it trickled back down a bit. Daniel certainly has the power.
This guy can get there, yeah.
Flip up hyzer, carrying, pushing, fading. Is it going to grab and sit? Hits the same tree and drops.
Wow. But did you see how high it hit? And it's rolling.
And it's rolling, and there's Paul's disc right next to him.
Did you see how high he hit the tree?
He did.
Like, the power was there to get there for sure.
Cale in a very bad situation here. This is an awkward turnover. Uphill, nose up, floater. What a shot.
That's great. From the top, I didn't know he had to go through all that.
It's going to look like a birdie if he makes that, and you're going to be like, oh, he got the birdie on this hole. But to get the birdie, having to execute that shot is remarkable.
Yes. Daniel's pitching up.
Easy little forehand flicker.
Forehand. So that means that Nate was closer than everyone else?
Yeah.
I think that's Nate.
Yeah, having to deal with some obstacles here is you're going to have to put some turn on this. Came out kind of flat and finished left. Good bid, though, for the eagle. Cale with this left for birdie, and gets it. That's one of the better shots we've seen all tournament long. And we've seen some gems so far.
Yeah, I don't think it's easily translated how difficult of a shot that was to execute and execute it correctly.
Yeah, it's getting the nose up, which is going to want to make it fade. And you're going uphill, which is going to want to make it
severely
fade.
Uphill.
Yeah. But having the disc turn over as it's just slowly gliding over that grade the entire way and just panning out at the end, that was incredible execution.
All right, here we come to this little gem. It's ranking up 16th difficult on the course, so a fairly easy hole, 291 feet downhill, so it's playing less than that. And it has a nice backstop as you make it to the green. I say if we were to give any hole the ace run stamp, it would be this one.
Let's run it.
Sexton has changed up from what he played the first round.
Yeah, he went soft Toro first round. He's got a Sexton Firebird this time. I like that angle.
Oh, yeah. Skip up in there. All right,
yes.
Dead skip is fine.
In the bullseye.
I mean, you're in the shadow of the basket right now, so you got to be close. Let's see how smooth this is.
Very. Drifting a little left.
Yeah, that's about where he ended up the first round.
Almost a carbon copy.
Yeah.
Paul lining this one up with the putter as well.
Okay, he got through all that.
What? All right.
He got through everything.
He did. That, and he's just outside bullseye's edge.
Yeah.
PA3 here for Daniel.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
The basket should be filing assault charges right now, right? That right there was just a bullet dead at it.
Where did this hit?
It going and
just below the band. Unbelievable.
Dead center just above the band. Below the band.
Trying to send that PA3 home for the one. And he stays right by the pin. Usually if you're running something that hard, you're not staying close. Cale for birdie.
Oh. At least it sat down.
Opposite miss of what we've been seeing. That one was a little high.
Yeah.
Tap in par there.
Man, I just knew this was about to be a star frame.
Yeah. Keeps him at 24, but Daniel is going to tie him up. And Paul will join the party. We've got a battle.
Yeah.
These guys are in a heavyweight prize fight right now. They're all throwing haymakers. We have to see who flinches first. And Nate's back there just dropping in birdie after birdie too now.
Yeah, that scorecard looks totally different than his first round. So he's vastly improved.
Now, Dan, let's meet our women's finalists.
How hard did she throw that?
I mean,
the women's division is getting a lot tougher.
Another line.
World champion.
she's not holding back. Nope. Good round, ladies.
Let's close things out on the front half here. Hole 9, par 3, this beautifully manicured fairway and green here. 320 feet. These little twiglets on the left-hand side here can really knock down your disc mid-flight, stop you from going all the way to the basket. You also have these branches on the left, which can also reach out and just slap your disc down. Want to swing something out to the right and let it fade down slowly to the left. Hyzer flip plays very well here. Touchy shot there because you're going downhill, so not going to play at the full 320. Nate lining up the backhand.
I remember where he was the first round. Let's see if he can fix that. It already looks better. Oh, okay.
That's
He's a little short, but
yeah, that's going to be a decision. Is he going to lay that up or is he going to go at it? Paul.
Yeah, that's what you want to do. Swing it out to
Swing
the
wide.
right.
Yep.
Let it land into the wood chips. Ooh.
Is it
Oh my goodness.
on the edge? Just on the edge on the right there.
All right, here's the test if he's a true professional or not. He just did an ace run. Okay, he's going to get a birdie there. Normally, after you do something good, you end up with a bogey.
He saved himself from the bogey because he didn't ace.
Oh.
The curse of the ace, you have to actually ace, and then you're guaranteed the bogey or worse the next hole. By getting the birdie, he played it smart because now he gets the back-to-back birdies.
Yeah.
So he's playing chess when everybody else is playing checkers.
And Nate says he didn't want any part of that.
Smart man.
Keeping his scorecard looking green and gray.
Cale, another birdie look here. Trying to get to 5 down on this front 9 and just a touch low on that elevated pin. A little bit of breeze there. You can see the trees moving in the background. And Paul's got to figure this out now.
He could have went down to the... No, you wouldn't. You just do that. But he's like on his tippy toes just standing on the...
Yeah. Got it.
Good. He maintained balance as well. So
Yeah.
Or if you were dead straight behind. Like there you had more straddle available than I thought you were going to. But if you're dead behind.
Paul with a strong front 9, 5 down so far.
Man, look at this guy. Is that real?
That is.
Some clouds in the background. Sorry, I got distracted.
Nate with the par. Keeping him at 22.
Oh yeah, Dan, you just put in a birdie.
Sure did. And now we have a 2-way tie at the top heading into the back 9. It's been fireworks so far.
When you take a look at these cards, we see nothing but green and gray with one flaw for Daniel Polk on hole 6. Let's see how that's measuring up against the field. And our card is still maintaining their lead over everyone else.
Yeah, we've got a couple of names making their way up and down the leaderboard. JC Kester having a great round so far out there. Gotta say a big thank you to all of our fans, all of our subscribers for joining us. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. Come on, join us. We're trying to get to 50K before the end of the year. Big thank you to the PDGA for having us out. Thank you to all the sponsors making this video possible. And of course, we haven't thanked them yet. Big thanks to all the volunteers that have done an incredible amount of work to get these courses ready for this Masters event. Make sure to come on back and join us for the final 9 holes here on moving day from the 2025 Tim Selinske U.S. Masters Championships.